Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rick Phillips for CampusNation.com, the sports animal. We are live from Herman Court on the campus of Wilmington College. We have men's college basketball today. The Blue Streaks are coming in to play the Fightin' Quakers, and we are bringing you the game. The game will start in about 15 minutes, a little under 15 minutes now. And for our pregame, AJ is going to give you all the particulars. I'm here with AJ Ganger as usual. We got Roger Thompson on our video. And AJ, why don't you take it away?
All right, thanks, Rick. Again, Wilmington College taking on the number 11th ranked John Carroll Blue Streaks. According to Division D3Hoops.com, John Carroll is ranked 11th in the nation. They're also 7-0 on the season, 2-0 in OAC play. They have scored 100 points in 3 of their first 4 contests of the season, including 92 in their first game. The last time the Wilmington College men's basketball team faced John Carroll, they allowed the first 8 points of the game and never led, as the Fightin' Quakers fell to John Carroll 88-78 on January 24, 2015 here at Fred Risk Arena. Despite trailing by double figures with less than 6 minutes into the game, Wilmington fought back and had chances to get over the hump. However, Wilmington missed all 6 field goal attempts with the ability to take the lead. Senior Dwight Johnson led 4 Quakers in double figures with 16 points, while R.J. Leopard added 15 points and a team-high 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Sophomore Law Williams added 13 points and 3 steals, and senior Ben McGriff recorded 12 points. Coming into the season, sophomore Christian Jones was the only player that had started a game for Wilmington in his career. The Fightin' Quakers returned 21% of last year's scoring, and the duo of Jones and Zach McCorkle account for 89% of said scoring. Wilmington starts 2 freshmen and 2 sophomores, with 4 other freshmen and sophomores averaging at least 10 minutes of play. In his first season as a starter, sophomore DJ Isles is 4th in the OAC with 4 assists per game. He has led the team in assists in 5 of the team's 6 games, including dishing out a career-high 6 assists twice this season. Reverse point guard Travis Gleason is 8th in the OAC with 2.3 assists to turnover ratio. Overtime, the extra period hasn't been kind to the Fightin' Quakers early this season. 2 of Wilmington's 3 losses have come by 2 points in overtime. The only non-overtime defeat came at the hands of nationally ranked Illinois Wesleyan. Sophomore Christian Jones is leading the team and is 6th in the OAC with 15.5 points per game. He has reached double figures in 5 of Wilmington's 6 games, including scoring at least 20 points twice. Senior Zach McCorkle is 2nd on the team and 9th in the league, scoring 15.3 points a game. It was a classic Ohio Athletic Conference slugfest for the first 32 minutes of the game as the Wilmington men's team battled number 9 Marietta on Saturday. Neither team was able to gain a double-figure lead, and the contest featured 13 lead changes and 13 ties during those 38 minutes. Ultimately, the experience of Marietta was too much for the inexperienced Wilmington team, and the Pioneers escaped with an 81-72 OAC win at Van Johnson Arena. Senior Zach McCorkle finished with 18.7 boards to lead Wilmington, while sophomore Christian Jones added 17 points. Freshman Kevin Lewis added 8.6 boards, while sophomore DJ Isles contributed 8 points to a team-high 3 assists for the Wilmington Fightin' Quakers against Marietta. And Wilmington is coming into the ballgame 1-5 on the season. They're 0-2 in OAC play and 1-3 in non-conference play. First game of the season, they lost to Mount St. Joe in overtime, 98-96. They lost to Indiana Wesleyan, 84-61. They would pick up their lone win of the season against Fodbone Griffins, 72-64. They would lose in overtime to Berea, 87-85. They lost to Capitals, 79-67. And their last ball game on December the 5th, they fell to Marietta, 81-72. So Wilmington has been struggling this year, Rick, but as we've been talking, or as we've learned, they're a very inexperienced and young basketball team.
And you'll see that with young teams. Obviously, they've got to learn who they are before they can really compete against, especially these upper-tier teams that so many OAC teams, tend to be. We have a lot of teams that are in the OAC that always perennially and annually do well as far as in the rankings and, against other teams. So Wilmington is just getting their feet wet, so to speak, in the OAC this year. And with all their youth, hopefully in the future, we're going to see some strong teams out of this men's basketball team. In other Wilmington news, the Wilmington High School Cane last night defeated the East Clinton Astros. We were there live. The score was 66-31. Now, the Wilmington Hurricane are undefeated. They are 5-0. They are undefeated in the SCOL, and they did a great job last night. Got a little slow start, as they usually do, but they ran away from the other team and literally doubled up on them by more than twice the points. Also, today we've got Lady Cane basketball, so as soon as this concludes, we're heading over to Wilmington High School, to the middle school gym, and the undefeated Clinton Massey Falcons will be coming in. The girls will be playing our Lady Cane. That game gets underway at 6:45 for our pregame and 7 o'clock for our regular game. And then next Tuesday, boys basketball, we've got the Clinton Massey boys going up against the undefeated Hurricane, and that game will get underway at 7:15 with the game to start at 7:30. So we got plenty of basketball in store all throughout this holiday season, and so stick with us on campusnation.com, the sports animal.
For the John Carroll Blue Streaks, they come into the ballgame 7-0 overall, 2-0 in the OAC. They lead the OAC in scoring, averaging 97.7 points a game. They have reached 100 points in 3 of their first 4 games, including scoring 120 points against Rusk. The Blue Streaks have 6 players averaging at least 9 points per game, led by junior David Leanne, who is scoring 13.3 points per game. Leanne is also leading the team with 44 assists, twice as many as the closest teammate Ryan Farger, 22. Due to their unique 5-player rotation, John Carroll has 10 players averaging at least 15 minutes per contest. Senior Will Starks, who is scoring 12.4 points a game, has made nearly 1/3 of the team's 3-point field goals, shooting 21 of 46 from beyond the arc. As a team, John Carroll is shooting 65 of 182, 35.7% from three-point land. Antonio Vanucci is the 3rd player averaging double figures with 12.6 points. Junior Doug Caputo and senior Simon Kowarovich are averaging 7.1 and 5.3 rebounds respectively to lead the team. John Carroll is 7-0. They beat Transylvania 92-75 in their first contest of the game. They beat St. Mary's, Maryland 100-88. They beat Birmingham Southern 117-93. They beat Rusk 120-88. They beat LaRoche College 87-83. They beat Heidelberg 82-63 in their first OAC conference game, and then they finally beat Ohio Northern last weekend 86-68 in OAC contest. We're going to have a great ball game coming your way in just about 6.5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, as the 11th ranked Blue Streaks of John Carroll get set to take on the Wilmington Fightin' Quakers here live on campusnation.com. The sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. I'm AJ Ganger. With me will be Rick Phillips. And we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, after a quick break. Just listen to all the sights and sounds of Division III college basketball.
got about 5 minutes before game time. So, AJ, what have you been doing with yourself? We haven't heard you on the air much.
Working, man. Got to make money.
Oh. Well, you didn't work last night, did you?
No comment.
Well, I mean, we missed you.
I know you missed me.
I mean, our broadcasts are nothing when you're not there.
Man, your nose is just growing just as long as Pinocchio's does when he lies. Now, Rick, going back.
Maybe we'll go out on a double date sometime.
No, going back here to John Carroll, they're 7-0. They're averaging 97.7 points a game, and their opponent is just averaging almost 80 points a game. For a team that's almost averaging 100 points, how do you have to slow down a team that's like that?
Well, we see that even with the Hurricane as far as the guys. So many teams come out initially, and they try to spread the team out. They try to slow the game down, and it may be effective depending on, how this John Carroll team really is, what they're made of. It may work for the first half in this case, since we're playing halves rather than quarters. But eventually, the other team wears down, and they get sucked into that, running with the other team. And that's usually when they get blown out. Hopefully, the Fighting Quakers will not do that. They'll play their game. They will make John Carroll play their game. If they can do that, and obviously John Carroll's defense, allowing 80 points a game, is not that great. So, I think what it'll come down to is Wilmington has got to make them play their game. If they spread it out, slow it down, John Carroll's not going to score 100 points.
And, when I was sitting over here reading about the Marietta game last Saturday, it said that it was a slugfest for 32 minutes, and it's a 40-minute game. So it seemed like for the first 32 minutes, Wilmington was sticking with Marietta and had a shot to upset them. They really did. But it just didn't seem like they had enough gas in the tank for that last 8 minutes, and the inexperience really showed for the Fighting Quakers there towards down the stretch.
A lot of it comes back to conditioning. If the team is young, they may not be as conditioned as some of the older, more mature teams. And so if you're going to run with the big dogs, you've got to be able to run 40 minutes with the big dogs. And if you don't, you end up in situations much like we saw them losing to Marietta in the last 8 minutes of the game. And the same thing goes for today's game. If you're going to run with them, you have to be well conditioned. You got to be prepared to play 40 minutes. If you aren't conditioned, you have to be prepared to slow it down, spread it out, and make them play your game.
And it also, I think, helps a little bit being on a home court. This is just Wilmington's second home game of the season, and they're playing a ranked opponent.
Yeah, we saw that last year. Last year, the men did not come home to actually play their first home game for several games. They were on the road. I don't know whether that's a plus or a minus, but obviously Wilmington's record indicates it may not be a plus.
Yeah, being 1-5, and they're trying to turn it around and end a 3-game losing streak today, and they're trying to do what the women team did last game we broadcasted, where they upset a team who was undefeated and won an OAC contest, which was huge, I think, for the Lady Quakers' confidence after that game.
Yeah, and I think that you see this in so many, not just basketball events, but also whether it's football, any sporting event. If the lesser team can hang around long enough, then they can, if they've got a little bit extra, they can make that spurt, and that's when they can make do the upset. And I would say today, once again, it's just going to depend a lot on Wilmington's conditioning and whether or not they can make the Blue Streaks play their game, or whether the Blue Streaks are going to live up to their name and they're going to run away.
And Wilmington also has to keep an eye on foul trouble. Try not to get your best players in foul trouble. We've seen that happen a couple times this season already with the Lady Quakers playing. Even in high school, we've seen some of those foul troubles where we've had guys like Cumberland get in trouble fouling. So they're just going to want to avoid all the fouls. They're going to want to shoot high percentage shots, because you can't just live with the three-pointer all game long. I mean, if John Carroll goes down the floor and scores 2 and you come back and score 3, that's good, but you're not going to be able to do that all game long.
Right, and I see that the voice of the Quakers and the Wilmington Hurricane, Bill Lehrman, is here tonight.
We're going to turn it over down to him real quick as we'll get ready for our national anthem.
Fans, officials, or student athletes is strictly prohibited. It will not be tolerated. Be proud, be loud, and be positive. Your officials for this afternoon's game, Mr. Chuck Dockin, Mr. Robert Brammer, and Mr. Edwin Hewitt. Prior to the introduction of the starting lineup, we ask you to please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats and pause for the playing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
All right, we're ready for some basketball.
And now let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the visiting Blue Streaks, led by Coach Mike Moran. A guard wearing number 5, Danny Wallach. Also at guard, number 15, David Lanane. Also at guard for the Blue Streaks, number 35, Will Starks. Starting at forward, number 24, Simon Kucharkowicz. And rounding out the starting lineup for John Carroll, at forward, number 45, Doug Caputo. And now the starting lineup for your Fighting Quakers. First, a sophomore guard from Fayetteville, number 5, DJ Isles. A sophomore guard from Hamilton, number 2, Christian Jones. A freshman guard from Chester, Pennsylvania, wearing number 12, Will Patrick. A freshman forward from Columbus, wearing number 14, Andrew Russell. Rounding out the starting lineup, a senior forward from Cincinnati, wearing number 20, Zach McCorkle. Head coach of the Quakers, Casey Hunt, assisted by Kerry Wilkinson and Micah Mills. Good luck to both teams.
And we're getting ready for tip-off here at Fred Risk Arena at Herman Court. The starting lineups here: John Carroll, number 5, Danny Wallach, number 15, David Lanane, number 21, Will Starks, number 24, Simon Kucharkowicz, and number 45, Doug Caputo. For Wilmington, number 2, Christian Jones, number 5, DJ Isles, number 12, Will Patrick, number 14, Andrew Russell, and the only senior starting for this Wilmington team, number 20, Zach McCorkle. Wilmington wearing their white home uniforms, lime green numbers with the Wilmington logos on their pants. John Carroll wearing their away blue uniforms, white numbers with John Carroll written across the chest. There's the tip going to John Carroll. Lanane comes down with the tip, and we are underway. John Carroll going left to right on your computer screen. Tablets, nice dish down low, number 45, Caputo early on with the basket.
That was an easy basket.
And Wilmington just gets the inbound pass in before the 5-second call. Good job by Christian Jones to fit it in there to Russell. And now Jones will go down the floor with it for the Fighting Quakers. They're going right to left.
John Carroll, they look like they're in a man-to-man here.
And DJ Isles gives it off to Patrick. Patrick down to McCorkle. McCorkle going to drive, spin to the hoop, and a foul is going to be called against the Blue Streaks.
Foul card number 15, David Lanane. First official, team's first.
David Lanane charged with his first foul, team's first of the half. Now Isles to inbound here, gets it into Christian Jones. Jones going to drive, got it stolen away, but McCorkle picks it back up, throws it out to Russell, back over to Isles, and now three-pointer by Jones was airballed. I think the defender for John Carroll got a hand on it. Here we go, other end of the floor now. It's Starks, now over to Wallach. Oh, nice pass. Starks got it knocked away. No, he just had the ball slipped out of his hands when he was trying to shoot that three.
Went the wrong direction.
Out of bounds. Ball goes back to Wilmington. They show a little bit of a press here on the inbound there, Rick.
Well, it looks like John Carroll has been, trying a press or a trap.
Inbound pass goes to Russell, who gives it off to DJ Isles, who will bring it down the floor for the Fighting Quakers here. 2-0. John Carroll in the lead early on. Jones to Patrick. Patrick to McCorkle. Thought about a three. Now he's going to drive. Driving hard, going up, off the glass, and a two-pointer is good for Zach McCorkle. We're all tied up at 2 apiece. Now on the other end of the floor, Lene gives it off to Wallach for three from the wing. That one is nothing but net. Three-pointer, good by Danny Wallach. And it's now 5-2. Blue Streaks in the lead. Inbound pass tried to go to DJ Isles, and it was stolen away by number 5, Danny Wallach, who was on the floor and called a timeout. Now there's some discussion going on whether it was a timeout or not. So after it's all said and done, it's John Carroll basketball, though inbounded down here by the Wilmington basket. 8:16 to go in the first, 18-16 to go in the first half. Good steal by McCorkle, and he's going to take it coast to coast, high off the glass, no good. Rebound pulled down by Caputo and the Blue Streaks, and he'll pass it off to Lene, who comes down the floor now. And a foul. That was a little ticky-tacky there.
The foul on number 5,
DJ Isles is going to be charged with the foul. His first, team's first. And now John Carroll will inbound from underneath their own basket. There's the inbound pass. Caputo high off the glass with the layup, no good. Rebound pulled down by McCorkle, who tried to get it off to Patrick, and the ball was intercepted by Lene. Goes out of bounds, stays with John Carroll.
Number 24, Jordan Hecker.
Number 24, Jordan Hecker, coming into the ball game now for Wilmington. 17:55 to go in the first half. It's 5-2. Blue Streaks in the lead. Wallach gets the inbound pass. Gives it back to Lene. 20 on the shot clock. Lene drives, jumpers up and no good. Rebound pulled down by Patrick, and here come the Fighting Quakers down the floor in transition. Gives it off. Jones gave it off to Hacker. Now DJ Isles with the ball in the wing. Throws it over to Hecker. Gives it back to Patrick. Patrick is to Jones. Jones to McCorkle. Step up jumper. Got it blocked right back into his face. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Christian Jones way outside. Three-pointer. NBA type three for Christian Jones to tie it up at 5-5 with 17:08 and counting. And a whistle and a foul against Wilmington.
Foul charged on number 12, Will Patrick. First personal foul.
Will Patrick's going to be charged with his first, team's second, and now John Carroll's going to have a shift change here. Clock in, clock out. New players on the floor now for John Carroll. And there's the inbound pass to Cicillo, who gave it off to Vanucci. Number 15, Farger. Farger, 14, driving, nice, off the glass, the basket, and he gets fouled.
The field goal is good. We have a foul on the play on Will Patrick. Number 12.
Patrick just committed his second foul, and he'll be taken out, put on the bench. And into the ball game for him is number 3, Kevin Lewis. Team's third foul, and now Farragher will attempt the three-point play from the line. Shot is up, and that one is in and out. No good. Ball still in the air. Rebound pulled down by the newly entered Lewis, who gives it off to DJ Isles. It's 7-5. Blue Streaks in the lead. Now Lewis with the basketball on the wing and a foul away from the ball. It'll be against John Carroll. Antonio Vanucci, I believe. Number 11 will be charged with the foul.
Fouls on number 11, Antonio Vanucci.
His first personal, team's second. Now in the ball game for Wilmington is number 4, Gleason. Nice inbound pass off the glass and good to Kevin Lewis. Good job by Lewis there. Now it's 7-all with 16:33 to go in the first half of play. Here are the Blue Streaks on the other end of the floor. Popovich, cross court, wide open three for Vanucci is no good and hits the shot clock. Out of bounds, ball goes back to the Fighting Quakers for a chance to take the lead for the first time this afternoon. 16 minutes, 22 seconds to go in our first half of play. Our score, Wilmington 7, John Carroll 7. You're listening to us live on CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. Wilmington to inbound here, showing the press is John Carroll. Jones gets it into Gleason. And Gleason will bring the ball up the floor for the Fighting Quakers here. Crosses half court now. Gleason, they got to get rid of it. He does. Gives it off to number 24, Hecker, to McCorkle. Over to Christian Jones. Jones to Gleason. 10 seconds on the shot clock. To Lewis. Now to McCorkle. Step back. Three-pointer from McCorkle is no good. Rebound is pulled down by number 4, Cicillo. Here comes Vanucci. Nice passing here to Farragher. Back to Vanucci. Back to Farragher. Trying to drive. Now kicks it back out to Vanucci. Back over to Farragher. Farragher driving. Nice backdoor pass to Vanucci. Off the glass for 2. Now Gleason's tied up. Dribbles around the trap. And a foul. Whistle. Got a timeout taken by Wilmington. It's a 30-second timeout. 15:23 to go in our first half of play. It is John Carroll 9 and Wilmington 7 here from Fred Risk Arena. And Rick, Wilmington's keeping up here with John Carroll early on, but their defense is letting them get too many backdoor cuts.
Yeah, they've been making a few of those. And the other thing, once again, is it's early. You know, we still have, 15 minutes left in this first half of play. So the real question will be just how long they can stay with them and if they can stay with them. So if they play like this for 40 minutes, we'll have a ball game.
We've already seen some of the inexperience by Wilmington already catching up with this full court press, getting to them a little bit here too as well.
Yeah, the pressure obviously is something that they're not accustomed to, or that at least they can't deal with very well.
The inbound pass goes in to Chris Jackson, who tossed it off to number 3, Kevin Lewis, who brought it all the way up the floor. Now Hecker gives it to Gleason, and Gleason travels, yep. Ball goes back to John Carroll.
Also checking in for the Quakers is number 20, Zach McCorkle, and number 23, Chris Jackson.
Looks like there's a fair amount of Blue Streak fans here.
Oh, yeah. There's a fair amount of Fighting Quaker fans, too, being nice. Off the glass for number 34, Cirillo, off the glass for 2 to make it a 4-point game now, 11-7. There's a fair amount of Fighting Quaker fans here this afternoon, being Christmas break. Lewis with the ball for the Quakers. Gives it off to Hecker. Hecker over to Brandon Smith, number 11. Jackson, pump fake by Smith. 10 on the shot clock. Throws it over. Three-pointer for Gleason is no good. And a foul. Over the back, I believe. Number 23, Chris Jackson, the other senior on this Wilmington Fighting Quaker team. There's only 2 of them, him and Zach McCorkle. That's the first foul charge to Chris Jackson. 4th team foul. Got to be careful here. You still got a lot of time left in the first half not to put the other team in the bonus. Here on the other end, Farger, nice pass, and a block foul is going to be called against Chris Jackson. That's going to be his second, team's fifth. And going to the line now to shoot two will be number 33, Brian Popich. Gonna have another shift change here. Looks like all the starters are going to get ready to come back on for John Carroll.
Yeah, Wilmington's going to get themselves into some trouble, particularly foul trouble, and that won't bode well as far as down the road here. If for the rest of the half they are going to end up being in the bonus or double bonus.
First shot was up and good. Now second shot by Popich is up. No good, off the rim. Rebound is pulled down by Hecker, who gives it off to Gleason. Into the ball game for Wilmington. Back in is Andrew Russell. Travis Gleason going to drive, try to take it all the way himself. Last touch by a Wilmington Fighting Quaker, and the ball will be returning to John Carroll. All the starters back on the floor now for John Carroll as Lene brings the ball up the floor, gives it off to Wallach. Nice pass down low, and he just lost it out of bounds. His number 24, Kawarowicz, tried to go up high. McCorkle coming back into the ball game for Wilmington. 13:58 to go in the first half. It is John Carroll 12, Wilmington 7. John Carroll ranked number 11 in the country. Second ranked team in a row Wilmington faces here. Kevin Lewis gave it off to Smith, back to Lewis, trying to find McCorkle down low. He does. McCorkle, nice pass to Lewis. Three-pointer from the wing is up, in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Karawicz. Now down here on the other end, Lene, back to Karawicz. Hands it off to Starks for three. Nothing but net for Will Starks. And it's now an 8-point lead for John Carroll, 15-7. As DJ Isles gets the inbound pass. Gets it across half court. Now he can run some offense with 20 seconds on the shot clock. McCorkle driving, going up strong. Airballed it there. Rebound pulled down by Karawicz. And here come the Blue Streaks again. Three-pointer on the other end by Lene is nothing but net.
Timeout. Come on. Better.
Now John Carroll's jumped out to an 11-point lead. 18-7 with 12:50 to go in the first half. And a foul against John Carroll. David Lenane. That is his second foul, the team's third of the half.
Need to get the Quakers settled down.
Number 10, Preston Williams, will be coming into the ball game now. And number 2, Christian Jones as well for Wilmington. Wilmington with possession. The inbound pass comes into Russell, who hands it back off to Christian Jones. McCorkle with the pick. Jones to Isles. Isles to Russell for three. No good. Rebound by Karawicz. Wilmington shooting a lot of threes here early on and not getting them. Wallach on the other end. Hands it off to Williams. Williams to Starks. Starks over to Wallach. Three-pointer, NBA three for Wallach is no good. And the ball is going to go out of bounds. As Wallach tried to save it. It's going to go back to Wilmington here. 18-7, John Carroll in the lead against the Wilmington College Fighting Quakers, 18-7, with 12:17 to go in our first half of play. Isles gets the inbound pass from Christian Jones. Takes it up the floor, gives it off to Christian Jones. Three-pointer from the wing. That one is no good. And McCorkle got fouled underneath. I believe that one's going to be against Karawicz. That's his first team's fourth. Wilmington has 5 team fouls. John Carroll with 4. Now Isles will inbound. Nice inbound pass to Russell. Goes up strong. No foul called there. That was all ball according to the official. And now Williams in the Blue Streaks on the other end. Gives it off to Starks. Starks, nice pass down low to Karawicz, and a good steal by DJ Isles. And here come the Fighting Quakers. Thought about a three.
Out of bounds.
And ball goes out of bounds. No foul called. Going back to John Carroll here. As Smith just lost his footing there.
Yep, carried the ball right out of bounds. Well, it's been all blue streaks so far.
Wilmington was staying with them for about the first 5 to 6 minutes, and then John Carroll rattled off a couple three-pointers and a couple three-point plays.
Well, they're looking like a nationally ranked team here.
Yes, they do. Ball goes out of bounds off the foot of number 11, Brandon Smith, and it will stay with John Carroll. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Farger will inbound it here for the Blue Streaks. Gets it inbounded, number 44, Hennessy. Now Vanucci. Over to number 33, Popich. Popich thought about a three, throws it back to Farger. Nice kick out patch to Vanucci. Now back to Farger. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Just got it off before the buzzer. Nice fadeaway jumper by Farger.
They're trapping.
And it's now a 13-point game. Other end of the floor, Smith got it blocked and stolen away. Ball still in the air. And it's going to go back to John Carroll. Cicillo gave it off to Farger. Cross court. Nice passing here. Farger gets fouled. Number 11, Brandon Smith. That's his first personal foul, team 6th. One more will put John Carroll in the 1-and-1 bonus. And good job by Casey Hunt to take a timeout here. I figured he would take one a little earlier than this.
Yeah.
With 10:49 left to go in the first half of play, it is John Carroll, number 11th in the country, leading Wilmington 20-7 here on CampusNation.com. Song number 2. I have the CD in my car. It seems like you're early on, Rick, that the Wilmington Fighting Quakers are living but dying by the 3.
Well, and we know that that's not going to do well for any team. There are very few teams that can just shoot threes and expect to win a game. Wilmington sort of at the short end of the stick when it comes to fouling. This John Carroll team reminds me a lot about Wilmington High School. They've got that very intense, press trapping type of defense, just smothering you. And Wilmington has been sort of smothered to death here in this first part of the first half.
Inbound pass comes into Hennessy. Gave it off to Verowich. Gives it over to Farger. Jumper, no good. And ball stays with John Carroll as it was last touched by Wilmington. Nobody could rein it in on the rebound. And the Blue Streaks will keep possession of the ball here underneath their own basket. Inbound goes to number 33, Popich, who passes it back to Farragher. All behind the back. Beautiful pass, but it was blocked on the shot by McCorkle. Ball stays with John Carroll as Hennessy was trying to go for that shot, and McCorkle said, not today.
How was that?
Yeah, nice inbound pass to Verowich. Excuse me, Vienchek. I know I've been saying that wrong all game long. Oh, well. I'll get it once in a while. Lewis brings the ball down the floor for Wilmington. Gives it off to DJ Isles. Isles to McCorkle. Now Isles with the basketball. Gives it off to McCorkle again. A jumper. That one was no good. Rebound pulled down by Farger. And that one is going to be stolen away by McCorkle and the Quakers. DJ Isles down here. 3-on-2 down the floor. And then he just couldn't handle that pass there. It's stolen away by Farger. Going up off the glass end. Good for 2 is number 33, Cirillo. And it's now 24-7. John Carroll under 10 minutes to play in the first half. Isles in trouble. Gives it off to Christian Jones. 2-on-2. And that pass too hot to handle from McCorkle. It goes out of bounds and another turnover for the Quakers.
The Blue Streaks are forcing all kinds of turnovers in Wilmington.
Shift change again as the starters will come back out onto the floor for John Carroll.
Wilmington's just totally out of sync.
Inbound goes to Linné. Gave it off to Starks down the floor. Now Wallach inside to Karowicz. Stolen away by Gleason. Gleason one-on-one, takes it coast to coast, high off the glass, and that's the first points for Wilmington in about 3 minutes. Other end of the floor, that one was a nice pass and a nice shot by Caputo. Wilmington defense just got behind John Carroll's offense there. That's why Caputo was able to put that off the glass. John Carroll leading 26-9, 17 points separate these two teams. Jones gets it off to Gleason as he was in trouble. And now Gleason slows it down. Gives it to DJ Isles. Over to number 24, Hecker. Back to Isles, over to Jones. Jones to Gleason for three from the wing. That one's no good. Rebound, though, pulled down by Hecker and the Quakers. Hecker goes up, no good. He gets his own rebound again. Tried to go for the shot. Ball came loose, and he's hurt. Whistle was blown, and
I think that was just an official timeout because of perceived injury.
coming into the ball game, number 22, Malcolm Pittman for Wilmington. Pittman from Huber Heights, Wayne.
I've heard of them. Defending state champions.
Did they end up winning against St. Ed's?
No.
Football?
They lost.
So. Nice backdoor pass to Karowicz and the slam home for two. And it's now a 19-point, 28-9 lead with 8 minutes to go here in the first half. John Carroll running away with this, so to speak. DJ Isles with the basketball. Wilmington needs to make a little bit of a comeback here before the half. Cut this lead down. Christian Jones takes it all the way. No good on the shot, but he is fouled. First foul we've seen in about 3 minutes.
That's his second personal foul.
Yeah, at least on the Blue Streaks.
Karowicz, number 24, charged with his second foul, the team's fifth. 2 shots for Christian Jones and the Fighting Quakers. First shot is up and good. When Wilmington gets to the foul line this season, they're shooting 68%. John Carroll just 66% from the free throw line. Second shot by Jones is up, and that one's no good. Rebound by Wallach. And it's now 28-10. John Carroll in the lead. Now Linné with the basketball. Thought about a drive. No, he pulls out. Going in for a drive again. A jumper. No good. Rebound by Starks to Wallach to Karowicz. High off the glass. And that one is good. That's sat on the rim for a long time. And it's now a 20-point lead for John Carroll, 30-10. Wide open, down low was number 22, Malcolm Pittman. Good job by Isles to find him for the assist. And now Gleason with the steal. Gleason all alone, high off the glass, 2 points. And just like that, Wilmington's going to start a little bit of a run here. They cut the lead down to 16. It's 30-14. Now Linné is going to get charged or called for traveling. And it's going to go back to Wilmington here. 6:57 to go in the first half of play. It is 30-14. John Carroll in the lead. Wilmington, nice little spurt here. Let's see if they can keep it up on this run.
Right, that's what they need. They need to intensify and keep this going.
Their defense picked it up there on that last few plays as well. Isles gets the inbound pass for Wilmington. He'll bring it up the floor after the shift change by John Carroll brings in all the second stringers. Isles gives it off to Gleason. Gleason on the drive, jumper over the big man, and good! Nice job by Travis Gleason to get it over the big man, and Wilmington's on a little 6-0 run here. Farragher, no good, but a foul. I believe that one's going to be on Andrew Russell.
Foul charge number 14, Andrew Russell. That is his first personal foul.
Even as far as John Carroll, I don't think that's really their second stringers in as much as it's just not their starters. Wilmington does the same thing at the high school. They're always shuttling people in. That's how they can wear you down. That's how they can run away from you. I mean, really, there's a lot of parallels to this college team and the high school team.
The first shot was up and good by Ryan Farragher. That's the first foul charge to Russell, the team's 7th, which puts second shot is up and good by Farragher, which puts John Carroll in the 1-1 bonus for the remaining of the half with 6.5 minutes to go. DJ Isles in with the basketball, brings it up the floor, gets it across half court, gives it to Lewis, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds by Popich. Stays with Wilmington here, 21 on the shot clock, 6:21 on the game clock. Inbound goes to Isles, brings it back outside. Nice pass. Number 12 goes up, no good was Patrick. Rebounded by John Carroll. Over to Farragher. Now in the corner to Popich. Down low to Cicillo. And a foul. I believe that one's going to go against number 22, Malcolm Pittman, as Hennessy gets charged with the foul.
Malcolm Pittman, his first personal foul.
It's Pittman's first, team's 8th. Shooting 2, Dan Hennessy.
2 for 8, Dan Hennessy.
Wiping some sweat off the floor here. First shot for Hennessy is up and good.
Into the game is number 12, Derek Young. To the Quakers, number 20, Zach McCorkle.
Second shot is up, and that one is no good. Rebound pulled down by McCorkle. 33-16. McCorkle says, the heck with this. I'm just going to run it down the floor myself. And it gets stolen away as he tried to make a pass to Patrick, and that one got thrown away by John Carroll going back to Wilmington.
A little sloppy there.
$5:49 to go in the first half of play. 33-19. John Carroll in the lead. Isles gets the inbound pass. Throws it over to Russell for 3, and that one is good.
Need more of those.
That was just the second three-pointer Wilmington has made all game long, and it's now 33-19. They need some stops here on defense, too. Popich gives it to Farragher. Now Cicillo going to drive and get fouled. Going up.
The foul on number 3, Kevin Lewis.
Number 3, Kevin Lewis, charged with his first, team's 9th, I believe, of the half. Shooting 2, number 34, John Cirillo. First shot is up and good.
Into the game for Quakers, number 2, Christian Jones. Number 4, Travis Gleason. Number 11, Brandon Smith.
I don't really need it.
Because they know you so well. You're so famous.
Second shot by Cirillo is up and good. It's now 35-19. Number 11, John Carroll in the lead here over Wilmington with 5:27 to go in the first half. Wilmington, they're starting to look a little better here in these last 4 minutes or so of this half. Inbound goes to Gleason. They need to get more turnovers here on defense. Gleason not driving the ball up the floor at all. Nice pass here to Russell. Wilmington has numbers. Christian Jones kicks it outside. Nice pass. Gleason top of the key for 3. That one is no good. Rebound pulled down by Hennessy. Another missed 3 here, Rick.
Well, and see, when Wilmington gets trapped like that, obviously 2 men are on the Wilmington player. There has to be a man open. That's why they need to get it down the floor fast.
Beautiful fadeaway by Farragher for 2. Oh, man, that one's going to be stolen away by Hennessy as he was trying to fit it into Russell. Blue Streaks kick it out. Pass down low. 3-pointer from way outside is no good by number 12, Young. Gleason gives it to Russell for 3 in the corner. That one is good. And Russell's made the last two three-pointers for Wilmington to cut the lead or the deficit down to 15, 37-22. Farragher with the basketball. Dumps it off to Young. Young dumps it off to Papich for two. And it's 39-22. Inbound is just intercepted by Farragher. Faduich, no good. Rebound by Hennessy and a foul. That was a sloppy inbound play there by Wilmington. But Corkle is going to be charged with his first, the team's 10th, which will put John Carroll in the double bonus for the last 4 minutes of the half. And shooting two will be Dan Hennessy. The first shot is up and good. The second shot, that one is good as well. 19-point deficit for Wilmington. 41-22, 4 minutes to go in the first half. Jones gets the inbound. He's trapped. Nice job to get it out to Hecker. Hecker back over to Jones. Jones back to Hecker. Nice job getting it across the timeline. And that one was tipped out of bounds by number 45, Caputo. And the ball stays with Wilmington.
Again for the Quakers, number 30, Connor Casey.
Number 30, Connor Casey, seeing his first minutes of the game for Wilmington. Inbound goes to McCorkle, hands it off to Christian Jones. Jones to Isles. Isles inside. McCorkle going to go up strong. One-handed, no good. Rebounded by Kakarowicz.
Good defense.
Here comes Lene on the other end of the floor. Kicks it out to Starks for three. That one was airballed. Rebound by Caputo, and he puts it off the glass for 2 points. And now it's the largest lead of the game for John Carroll. 21 points, 43-22, and a foul, I believe, on number 21, Starks. Just his first personal foul, the team's sixth. Pittman coming back in from McCorkle. 43-22, 3:20 left to go in our first half of play. John Carroll, number 11 in the country, leading Wilmington right now. The inbound pass comes in to number 24, Hecker. Gives it off to Isles, nearly stolen away. Now it's 5-on-4 for a minute. As Caputo comes back down on the floor. Nice pass to Jones. Goes up with it. That one is no good. Rebounded by Kakarowicz. The big 6'7" senior.
Looked like he was off balance there.
Starks misses the layup, though. Had an easy one. Rebound is pulled down by Jordan Hecker. And here come the Quakers down on the other end. Nice kick out pass. DJ Isles wide open three, and that one's airballed. Starks to Wallach. Wallach to Caputo. Going up with it, and he's fouled. Basket's no good. Number 22, Malcolm Pittman, charged with his second personal foul. And two shots will be awaiting for Doug Caputo. 2:34 left to go in our first half of play. 43-22. Number 11, John Carroll, leading Wilmington. First shot is up and good. Second shot. That one is good as well. 45-22, 23 points. John Carroll in the lead over Wilmington right now with 2.5 to go in the first half.
Looks like
nice pass.
They're on track to getting 100 for the game if they keep this kind of intense scoring up.
Yeah, they are. Hecker gives it to Christian Jones for three in the corner. That one was short. Rebound pulled down by Lene. He wants to run. He on a fast break. And and tried to find Carroll, and it goes out of bounds, going back to Wilmington.
Passed it to that invisible player over there in the corner.
And that's what Carroll kind of just gave him a little smile, like, dude, I'm standing right here.
Over here.
Substitution number 20, Zach McCorkle.
Zach McCorkle coming back into the ball game. Now inbounding is Hecker, and nearly stolen away, but it's going to go back to Wilmington. Hecker will be inbounding it here for Wilmington. Trying to get it into somebody. Got to come back to the ball, guys. Gets it into Casey, who gave it off to Isles, and a foul away from the ball. I think it's still going to be a 1-and-1 anyways for DJ Isles.
Number 14, Ryan Farragher.
Farragher charged with his first team 7, so this is a 1-and-1 for DJ Isles.
So when do they make that big drawing to see whether I've won?
You ain't going to win. I'm going to win.
You got to split your pot.
Front end of the 1-and-1 is up and good for DJ Isles.
Isn't that what it's called? Share the wealth?
50-50.
50-50, right.
Hopefully it's like $40. Second shot for Isles is up, and that one is in and out. No good. Ball is pulled down by Caputo. Hennessy pulled down the rebound. Farragher. And nice shot and a foul in the bucket.
That was a very nice move. Faked him out of his shoes.
Fanachik with the basket. Zach McCorkle charged with his second personal foul. And Vianchik will shoot one to complete the three-point play. 47-23 is our score. And that one is no good.
Another foul.
Offensive foul, though. That one was an over the back against John Carroll, so it's going to be a 1-and-1 down here on the other end for Wilmington.
Now, there is really no such over the back foul. It's push from the back is what they call it. We found that out from our resident referee.
Jordan Hecker shooting 1-and-1 for Wilmington. First shot's up and good. Second shot. That one is good as well. 2 for 2 from the line there for Hecker. On the 1-and-1, Wilmington's going to show a little bit of a press defense. And now Farragher trying to find somebody. He does. It's Cicillo,
nice.
and it's stolen away. Here comes Lewis on the other end of the floor. Waits for his guys to come down. DJ Isles makes a move, shoots a 3, and it's nothing but net.
Now that was nice.
Three-pointer for DJ Isles. And a foul, and that's going to be a charge. He waited a long time to make it to call that a charge.
Ryan Farragher, second personal.
Farragher charged with his second personal foul.
So since your and my
Team's
team
night.
is out of it, who do you think is going to win tomorrow as far as the Bengals and Pittsburgh?
I hate to say the Bengals, but I hate Pittsburgh.
All right. I think the Pittsburgh game is going to be tougher than the Denver game.
I really hate Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't like Pittsburgh that much either, but
After the charge, the ball goes back to Wilmington. Here comes Lewis running it down the floor. Gives it off to Hecker. Hecker to number 14, Russell. Russell to Isles. Isles back to Lewis. Lewis trying to make a play. Gives it to Hecker. Hecker to Russell. Russell to Isles. Under a minute to play. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Isles goes cross court to Hecker for 3. And that one was in and out.
Almost.
No good. Bad luck there. And here comes the Blue Streaks. Farragher gives it off to Vinich. Three-pointer by number 33 is out. No good by Papich. Rebound pulled down by Russell and the Quakers. And Wilmington's going to slow it down as DJ Isles had it. Under 30 seconds to play. 15 on the shot clock. 25 on the game clock. Jones to Russell. Russell over to
Got it.
a wide open DJ Isles in the corner for another three. 47-31. John Carroll in the lead. 10 seconds to go in the first half. Farragher looking to drive. Spinning jumper. No good. Rebounded by Russell. And Isles is going to put up a prayer from 3/4 away, and it's no good. And that's going to do it for the end of our first half of play. John Carroll with a 16-point lead over the Wilmington Fighting Quakers, 47-31.
How many wins do your team have there, AJ? 3? 1?
The winning ticket number is 2409-638. 2409.
Oh, well, just a piece of paper.
38.
You're saying Cleveland only has 1 win? Right. 2 wins. My Cowboys have only got 2 wins, right? So we're vying for the number 1 draft pick. I'll beat you.
Once again, your winning ticket number.
All right, it's halftime. We're waiting for the stats, and we'll be back in a few minutes to enlighten you on the first half of play. Once again, you're listening to CampusNation.com, the sports animal. Rick Phillips, AJ Ganger, Roger Thompson. We'll be back in just a few minutes. halftime with the John Carroll Blue Streaks leading 47-31 over the Wilmington Fightin' Quakers. Just to remind you of upcoming events tonight, we will be at the middle school gym on the campus of Wilmington High School for Lady Kane basketball. The undefeated, right now leading the SCOL, Clinton Massey girls will be playing the Wilmington girls. That game will start at 6:45 with our pregame. The game starts at 7 o'clock. And then we've got the Clinton Massey guys coming in the 15th, this next Tuesday, for a game against the undefeated SCOL leading Wilmington Kane guys. That game will get off at about 7:15, something like that, with the actual game to start at 7:30. And we invite you to look at our website. We have the East Clinton game from last night posted. Right now it's there and available for you to take a look at. Do that for the rest of the intermission, but certainly come back for the second half of this basketball game here from Wilmington College. And then we've got Wilmington College basketball. The Heidelberg Student Princes will be in December the 16th for a game against the Fightin' Quaker girls. That game, once again, will be on Saturday the 16th. Wednesday the 16th. That's a Wednesday. That's an unusual day for a college basketball game. Isn't it?
College is Wednesday and Saturday.
Are you talking with your mouth full, AJ? That game gets started with our pregame at 7:15. The game will be on at 7:30, and that's this coming Wednesday, the 16th. And then to round out the week, we've got boys high school basketball. The Wilmington Hurricane go into the Hillsboro Indians lair, and they will be playing them once again a 7:15 pregame start with a 7:30 game. Stay tuned to CampusNation.com for all high school and college sports. We bring you the whole gamut of games, and AJ's going to have the stats here as soon as he gets the Snickers bar. What were you eating with the, did you have, nachos? Did you hit all the food groups for your lunch there, AJ? That's good. Well, AJ, I think, is done with lunch, so he'll be ready with the stats here just as soon as he clears his palate. Take your last sip of wine there, AJ.
Gatorade.
Oh, Gatorade. Blue Gatorade. You know, I do look good in that thumbnail on that East Clinton game.
Sit there and just live that up, aren't you?
That's really a nice picture. Roger, you did a great job. Yeah. And we actually, we have a halftime, not really an interview, but Marty stopped by, Marty Bogart. He stopped by, to talk a little barbecue. And Charlie has been hitting him up wanting some barbecue for the longest of time. I think Marty, he said that he would hook us up. Now, if we start doing our sports show from Bogart's Southern Barbecue's location, then we'll probably get barbecue all the time.
Hopefully, right?
Definitely.
All right, first half stats for you this afternoon. We have two players with 8 points leading the way for John Carroll. That's number 14, Ryan Farragher, and number 45, Doug Caputo. And we have two players with 6 points, Antonio Vinich, and number 6, with 6 points, number 34, John Cirillo. John Carroll shooting impressively a 56.7% from the field, 33.3% from three-point land. They only took 9 three-point shots in that first half. For Wilmington, leading the way with 7 points is number 5, DJ Isles. With 6 points is Andrew Russell and Travis Gleason. And with 4 points, Christian Jones. Leading the way rebound-wise is number 24, Jordan Hecker. Wilmington just shot 34.4% from the field, and they shot 16 three-pointers, missing missing 11, as they only made 5 of 16 three-pointers. That's 31% from three-point land. Wilmington has never led in this ball game. John Carroll's largest lead was 24 points. Wilmington cut that down to 16 towards the end of the first half. Now, Rick, the inexperience of this Wilmington basketball team is kind of showing up towards the end of that first half, they were down by 24 at one point, but they made a little bit of a comeback, starting to get some turnovers against John Carroll's second string defense, or second stringers, I would say.
Non-starters.
Yeah, not their starters, their bench. What is Wilmington going to have to do in the second half to be able to pull back within at least 2 possessions?
Well, when they made those little spurts, there were 2 things that they had in common, and that was that they were forcing stops and turnovers, and they were also hitting some threes. So I would say that's probably going to get them back into this game if they can, do that for an extended period of time. That 15-point run that John Carroll ran off, that's what was the killer in the whole game so far.
In that first half as well, Rick, Wilmington turned the ball over 11 times when John Carroll turned it over 12 times. Wilmington capitalized on those turnovers by John Carroll scoring 15 points off of turnovers, and John Carroll only scored 8. But the paint game, I think, is what's been the difference. John Carroll's got 24 points in the paint to Wilmington's 12. So Wilmington's going to do a better job on defense, stopping John Carroll from getting inside the paint, getting those easy buckets. And on the opposite end, they need to stop taking those unnecessary three-point shots and getting some more easy points down in the paint. What do you think?
Well, I think that's easier said than done, because the reason they haven't been doing well in the paint has been John Carroll has such intense pressure in the paint. They've caused most of those Wilmington turnovers in that area. Wilmington just simply loses the ball, or the ball gets blocked. John Carroll has done very well denying them in the paint. That's why you're seeing that low scoring.
Well, it helps when you're John Carroll and you got a guy who's 6'7" starting for you, and your backup guy is 6'8". You have 2 6'8" backup guys who come into the ball game.
Height doesn't mean anything, AJ.
It means
it's all about your shooting.
Wilmington's tallest player on the floor is Zach McCorkle, obviously at 6'7".
And the only senior as well.
Lady Quakers leading John Carroll 31-27. That game up in Cleveland, University Heights. Wilmington begins with the ball to begin the second half, and McCorkle will get the inbound pass from Russell as our final 20 minutes are underway. Now with the basketball is Christian Jones. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Jones going to drive. And we got a foul going to be called against Wallach, number 5.
Foul charge on number 5, Danny Wallach.
His first personal, team's first of the half already here, 15 seconds into the second half. It's a big opening possession for Wilmington, because I do think they need to get some kind of points out of this. To begin the second half here to try to cut it into this 16-point deficit.
I think a lot of what we're going to see here in the next, let's say, 5 minutes of play is going to determine what happens in this game.
Inbound goes to Russell. Russell gave it off to Patrick, who gave it to DJ Isles. Now McCorkle trying to drive, kicks it back out to Isles. Isles over to Christian Jones. Three-pointer from the wing. That one was short. Rebounded, though, by Isles. Jumper from the foul line, short. Rebounded by McCorkle, and he can't make the easy layup.
3 shots at the basket, no points. That's a killer.
And now Lene with the basketball for John Carroll. Spinning, one hand, no good. Rebound pulled down by number 12, Patrick. On the other end, Christian Jones kicks it out. Russell in the corner, wide open. 3, and that one is good.
That's what they need to do. Take it in, kick it out, score the points.
47-34, number 11, John Carroll in the lead. Kakarowicz, no good with one hand. Rebounded by McCorkle, and here comes Wilmington.
There's your stop.
Stops. DJ Isles, nice pass to McCorkle, high off the glass, and that one was no good.
Another killer there.
Rebounded by Lene. Here come the Blue Streaks. Lene.
Got a foul.
They've got a foul before the shot.
It's blocking.
Against number 14, Andrew Russell, his second team's first. Inbound comes in to Caputo. Gave it back to Lene, and a charge.
Oh.
Good acting job there by DJ Isles to take the charge.
Well, I mean, a lot of it has to do with the offensive player and whether he lowers that shoulder when he turns.
So that's the third foul for Lene, the team's second of the half, and the crowd getting into it a little bit here for Wilmington. They've been quite quiet all afternoon. Russell gives it to Isles.
Quite quiet?
Quite quiet. Try to say that about 10 times fast.
While holding the end of your tongue, right?
While holding the end of your tongue, yeah. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Isles gives it off to Christian Jones, who gives it to Russell. Russell to Patrick. Patrick long NBA three off the glass, no good. Rebounded by McCorkle. It goes up strong. Loses
foul.
the ball. It stays with Wilmington.
Where did you take your communication studies at, AJ?
Right here on the campus of Wilmington College.
Oh, okay. All right. Just checking. I work with all these alumni. Charlie, he's at East Clinton. He's an alumni there.
All right, so Wilmington will inbound it from their own basket. 18:07 to go in the game, down by 13. McCorkle gets the inbound. Now gets rid of it, gives it to Patrick. Patrick to Isles. Isles to Jones. Jones finds the lane, goes up. Nice job by Jones. Misses the basket, but the tip by Patrick is good.
Of course, Charlie's an alumni of Wilmington College as well.
Now here comes John Carroll on the other end. Farragher.
Need a stop.
Yeah, they do. Now over to number 33, Popich. Farragher gives it off. Three-pointer by Vanucci, no good. Rebounded by DJ Isles, and it's one-on-one. Patrick nearly lost it. He has to slow it down, give it to Isles. Isles to Jones. Jones with a three. No good. Rebounded by Farragher. 36-47. John Carroll in the lead. 17:20 left to play. Carroll has yet to score a point here in the second half. Oh, nice passing here. Cicillo gives it out to Farragher. Three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by McCorkle, who gives it off to number 12, Will Patrick. It's been 3 minutes since John Carroll scored their last point. That one's going to get stolen away by Farragher. One-on-one with Isles. That was nearly traveling.
Wilmington. Are they going to keep it here?
Yep. Wilmington basketball.
Wilmington basketball. That's what I thought. Well, I think the first thing you've got is it looks like John Carroll has attempted all three-pointers, and obviously
Except for that last shot.
Yeah, they haven't been doing very well from the three-point area there, at least the second half so far. That's why they haven't scored.
16:51 to go in the game. It's 47-36. John Carroll with an 11-point lead. They led by 16 at the half and have yet to score a point here in the second half. Showing that full-court zone defense. Jones, nice pass to Hecker, going up strong. That one's no good. Rebounded by Caputo. The other end of the floor now. Wallach thought about it. Going up hard was Kakarowicz, who couldn't make the shot, but he does get fouled by Andrew Russell.
The foul's number 14, Andrew Russell. That's his third personal foul. Team second of the half.
His third, team second. And shooting two, Kakarowicz. First shot is up and good. Took John Carroll 3 minutes 32 seconds to score their first points here of the second half. Whistle. A lane violation against Starks. And the ball will be going to Wilmington. Can't do that.
I've heard.
Inbound goes to DJ Isles, who gives it back to Kevin Lewis. Lewis brings it up past half court. Has to get rid of it. Gives it to Russell. Back to Isles. Over to Hecker. Hecker to Lewis. Lewis back to Hecker. Hecker over to Isles. Three-pointer by Russell.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful stroke for the three-pointer.
Sounds like they must have been listening to me at halftime.
And now a three-pointer on the other end is good for Lene.
Three-pointer, David Lene.
First three-pointer for John Carroll this half.
That's a nice shot by Lene and a
Foul?
whistle.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I think Isles went out of bounds. His foot touched the line, and it's going to go back to John Carroll.
Substitutions in the game for the Quakers are number 4, Travis Gleason, and number 11, Brandon Smith.
Inbound comes into Lenane. 51-39. John Carroll with a 12-point lead. Gets it over to Carroll. And a
What
whistle.
do we got here? Foul?
I think the foul's going to be on number 24, Hecker.
Jordan Hecker.
His first personal, team's third. Lenane to inbound, gets it into Karowicz, who gives it back to Lenane. Now over to Wallach, down low. Nice defense there by Wilmington's number 11, Brandon Smith. The ball gets knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with John Carroll. Inbound comes into Caputo, over to Wallach. Back over here to Lenane. Lenane thinking about a drive, step back three, no good. Ball tipped in the air. It's going to go to bounce, going back to Wilmington with 15-16 to play in our second half of basketball. 51-39. John Carroll, number 11 in the country, leading Wilmington. Comes back for the ball. Hecker gets the inbound, tosses it to Smith. Smith to Lewis. Lewis to Gleason. Gleason back over to Smith. Three-pointer for Russell. Again, same spot, no good. Rebound is pulled down by number 15, Lenane. And now Caputo with it. And a whistle and an offensive foul.
Looks like Wilmington was trying to trap him, and I don't know what exactly happened, but he must have put an elbow into someone.
Fouls on Doug Caputo, his first, team's third.
Substitution is number 23, Chris Jackson.
Gleason with the basketball. Three-pointer. And he's pumped up, and now it's back to a single-digit lead, just 9. 51-42. Lenane gives it off to Caputo. Wow, behind the back move. Kicks it out. Wallach for three from the wing. No good. Rebounded by Karowicz, though.
Wilmington stepped up their game.
And a whistle. And another offensive foul. Another elbow check.
I was going to say, I wonder what the refs are seeing. They must be putting some elbows into some Wilmington players.
Foul, team's fourth of the half.
That's the third personal foul for Karowicz, the fourth of the half. Wilmington with possession.
Blue Streaks are getting rattled. That's what we want to see.
Lewis gives it off. Three-pointer. The bucket is good. And the foul. 4-point play. Getting ready to come up for Wilmington.
Could be a 4-point play. Haven't seen many of those here.
What a shot by Brandon Smith from the corner.
We have a foul on the play,
Number 24, Karowicz, his fourth, team's fifth. And that's a technical foul being assessed.
Now, why would it be a technical?
He must have done something after the play.
Well, if that is a technical, that was a technical foul. That was not a foul in the act of shooting.
I don't know.
It was a technical foul. Wilmington will have the ball after this shot. That could be a big turnaround. The John Carroll Blue Streaks are definitely rattled by Wilmington coming out here and being so aggressive.
They got to play the last 14 minutes like this, though. The official discussing what is happening right now on the floor. If that's a technical foul, Karowicz, that'll be 5, and that'll foul him out of the game for the rest of the game.
And he's an important cog in their wheel.
2 shots for Smith. First one's no good.
He must have said something. It's the only thing I can think.
Said something about his mama. Second one's no good. He can't make any of the free throws.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
So now he'll get the one shot to complete the 4-point play. He had a shot to make it a 6-point play, but he couldn't hit the first 2 free throws. Casey Hunt was not very happy with that.
Well, that would have been a big, big turnaround if he could have made all these free throws.
And there's the free throw. That is good. 4-point play is completed.
Except that John Carroll takes the ball.
Yes. 51-46, John Carroll in the lead. Other end of the floor now, Cicillo. One hand, too short, gets his own rebound and puts it off the glass, good for 2.
He looked as though he wasn't going to be denied this time down.
Inbound comes into Gleason. He's going to run with it down the floor, slow down, and run the offense. He gives it off to Lewis. Lewis to Hecker. Hecker to Smith, long 3, NBA 3 is short, no good. And Lewis tried to save it, but it goes out of bounds, going back to the Blue Streaks.
That's all right, a lot of hustle here from these Quakers.
They're looking a lot better, a lot more hustle here in the second half than what they had in that first half. A little more pep in their step.
They're fighting.
13:31 to go in the first half of, or second half of play, 53-46. Now Vintage gives it off. Nice pass inside. Cirillo is the shot. The foul came before the shot.
The foul charge on number 20.
Number 20, Zach McCorkle, charged with his third.
Team's 4th of the half. Substitution.
Team's 4th.
So it wasn't even in the act of shooting. It was before the act of shooting, so it's just out, and John Carroll bring it in.
Inbound goes straight to Vintage, and it's good for 2.
Nice quick play. They're going to put the pressure on Wilmington.
Back to a 9-point lead. A whistle.
They're going to call a foul.
It's going to be on Cirillo. Inbound comes into Russell. Russell's got to bring it up the floor. Gives it to Jones. 3 seconds. They do. Lewis with it. Gives it off to Russell. Gives it to Gleason. On the drive, got cut off. Gives it to Jones. Jones back to Gleason. Pump fake. Drive. Going up. No good. Rebound pulled down by Cirillo. And here comes the Blue Streaks. It's Farragher. Kicks it outside. Back over to Cirillo.
What we got?
Whistle. It'll be against Gleason.
Foul charge on number 4, Travis Gleason. First personal foul, team's 5th of the half.
That's his first personal, the team's 5th.
Wilmington substitution number 5, DJ.
12:34 to go in our ball game here. 55-46. Number 11, John Carroll, with a 9-point lead over Wilmington. They led by as much as 24 earlier.
Just add to your trash there, AJ.
What are you calling me, trash?
No, I'm saying you're accumulating some.
Gives it out. Working the ball around here. Number 33 going up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Hennessy. And he gets the bucket and is fouled. He'll be shooting 1 to attempt the 3-point play and extend the lead back out to 12.
The foul on number 12, Will Patrick.
Will Patrick, his 3rd foul, the team's 6th.
Hennessy at the line, 1 throw.
1 throw for Hennessy. The shot is up and good. That was a lane violation. He went before the guy released the basketball. The John Carroll player, no, it wasn't called. And Isles.
The foul charge on number 5, DJ Isles. It's his 2nd personal foul, the team's 7th. He had a timeout on the floor by Wilmington.
Wilmington to call a timeout. 12:22 to go in the half. It is 58-46. John Carroll in the lead.
You're listening to CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. We've got Roger Thompson on video, and yours truly, Rick Phillips, the good-looking guy in the East Clinton thumbnail, along with A.J. Ganger. You don't see him in that because A.J. was missing in action last night. Hey, A.J., when do I get to meet this interesting person? Never? I think it would be, I need to give you my blessing. I'm like the godfather of communications, You're not going to introduce me?
Nope.
You think I would embarrass you?
Yep.
Oh, come on, AJ. Not any more than your father would or your older brother as I am.
Whatever, Grandpa.
The only reason that I'll admit to that is because I really am a grandpa 3 times over.
All right. After the Wilmington timeout, John Carroll will inbound. Inbound goes into Popich, gives it back to Farragher. Jumper, no good. Rebounded by McCorkle and the Quakers. McCorkle will bring it all the way up. Got it stolen away, knocked out of his hands into Hennessy's hands. Now Farragher, coast to coast is good.
14,
And now it's back to a 14-point lead for John Carroll, 60-46. Isles gives it to McCorkle. Drives, jumper, short, rebounded by Jones, no good. Rebounded by Cirillo in the blue streaks.
2 opportunities, they come up short.
Farragher gives it to Young. Young to Vinich. Back to Farragher, over to number 12, Young, gives it back to Vinich. Inside, Cirillo.
They're moving the ball around quite well.
5 to shoot. Wasting clock. Farragher up, no good. Rebounded by Russell. He hands it off to DJ Isles, and here come the Fighting Quakers down the floor, down 14. Patrick gives it to Russell. Russell gives it to Jones. Jones back to Patrick. Patrick on the drive. Good job by Patrick on that drive to put it off the glass for an easy 2.
All right, we need another stop here.
Vinich. Oh, that's
Blocking.
a block. It's going to be against Russell, and it will be a 1-and-1. That's Russell's 4th personal foul, team's 8th, so a 1-and-1 upcoming for Vinich.
Just a reminder, our video will be available on our website, campusnation.com, tomorrow afternoon. So keep an eye out for today's game's video tomorrow afternoon on our website in Super HD video.
Yeah, what he said.
Right. Not 4K, but the highest video possible before that. Big enough to blow up on your computer screen or your big television if you've got Roku. All right, watch for lane violations here, AJ.
I had him last time.
Text it down to the head ref there.
All right, so a 1-and-1 upcoming for Vinich. First shot is good. He hits the front end. No lane violation there. None there either. Second one's no good, but the rebound is pulled down by Hecker. 61-48, John Carroll in the lead. Jones gives it off to Isles. Isles back to Jones. Gonna dribble around here. Jones, foul. I believe that one's gonna be against Lenane. Yep. That's his 4th, team 7th, so Wilmington's in the bonus now, and Jones will shoot at 1-and-1.
I noticed that down at the scorers table, they've got one of my Hooper twins working the table today, keeping stats, I guess. I don't know whether it's Savannah or...
Keeping her away from you.
Probably.
Which is a good decision.
They know I stalk them, right?
Right. You just admitted that.
I see
1-1 for Jones.
I see him everywhere. I saw one at getting a key made over at Lowe's a couple weeks ago.
The front end of the 1-1 is up and good for Jones. Second one is up. That one's good as well. Back to an 11-point deficit now, 61-50, 10.5 minutes to go. John Carroll in the lead. Working it around the outside. Cirillo gives it off to Farragher, kicks it out.
Oh, that was nice.
Wallach in the corner for 3.
That was nice.
Now a 14-point game, 64-50. DJ Isles gives it off to Patrick. Gives it back over to Isles. To Jones. Jones to Hecker. Hecker to Patrick. 10 on the shot clock. Jones, step up 3. Good! 3-pointer for Christian Jones. And it's 64-53.
Not bad at all.
Caputo gives it off to Cirillo. Kicks it back outside for Starks. And his 3 is no good.
You got a foul in the basket.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, a little chippiness going on there.
They're going to pull Pittman here.
All right. We're going down to the other end.
It was on Cirillo, his first personal, team's 8th.
We got a 1-1 here?
Yeah, we got a 1-1 for Malcolm Pittman to try to make it back to a single-point deficit. Front end is good. Good job by Pittman there. Junior from Wayne for Wilmington. Second shot is good as well. Good job by Pittman at the line.
We like those ex-G-Walk players, don't we?
Yeah. 64-55. Oh, nice lane going up with his Caputo, and he's fouled by Pittman on the shot.
The foul on number 22, Malcolm Pittman. That's his 3rd.
His 3rd personal foul, the team's 9th, but it'll be a 2-shot foul anyways for Doug Caputo.
It's supposed to be 70 degrees tomorrow, AJ. What are you going to do?
I'm going to lay out in the sun.
First
shot's no good for Caputo.
You are very pasty, you know that?
Thanks.
You are a very light-skinned, pasty, red-skin, white-skin, and you've got no hair on your head to protect your from the sun. Everybody likes that in the booth there. They can appreciate it.
And that's an air ball on the second free throw. So Caputo misses both free throws, and John Carroll has been struggling from the line here tonight.
Well, it fires up this Wilmington fan base.
Yeah, it's about time we started hearing from them. They're only down by 9. Christian Jones with the basketball. Setting up the play, gives it off to Hecker. Corner for 3 is in and out, no good. Rebounded by Caputo. Wallach gives it off to Farragher.
Stop him.
Oh, nice pass there. Back outside. Cirillo, no good. Rebounded by Hecker and the Quakers.
Good defense. Good defense.
Gleason gives it to Isles. Isles to Jones. Jones to Isles. Trying to make his move here. Isles is going to drive, kick it back outside, 10 on the shot clock. Travis Gleason and Christian Jones. Jones going up! Got him with a one-handed floater!
That was nice. 7-point lead.
Yeah, 64-57.
Plenty of time on the clock.
Farragher gives it off. Wallach for 3. That one's no good. Rebounded by Hecker again. This young man's on fire for rebounds. Gleason gives it to Jones. Jones back to Gleason. Looking to drive. Stops. Gives it off to Pittman for three at the top. No good. Rebounded by Farragher. Should have maybe kept that one.
What do we got here?
We got a timeout on the floor taken by John Carroll.
Trying to get their act together. They really have been sort of disheveled in their approach to trying to score some points here.
That was a substitution timeout. 7:42 left to go in the game, 64-57.
Wilmington's been shaking their tree this second half.
Got to get the inbound in. They get it into Young. Young to Vintage. Vintage step back jumper is good. Wilmington has to get it in. They do. The Lewis back over to Hecker. Hecker gives it over to Smith. Smith back to Hecker, who gets it across half court. No problem. Gleason with the basketball. Three-pointer for Smith is wow! Nothing but net, and it's a 6-point game. 7:05 to go, 66-60. Nice pass, and that one thrown away. Farragher just got it.
Come on.
Gleason going to be charged with a block.
Fans don't like that.
It's going to be a two-shot foul coming for Farragher. It all just depends on if he was set or not. First one is up and good. Wilmington's giving John Carroll a run for their money here in the second half.
They are.
Second shot for Farragher is up and good. Lenane coming back onto the floor for John Carroll. 6:58 to go. 8 points separate these two clubs as number 11 John Carroll leading Wilmington 68-60. Wilmington trying to get their second win of the season, and John Carroll trying to remain unbeaten. Isles. Nice pass down low from McCorkle. High off the glass and good for two.
Wilmington hanging in.
Lenane gives it off to Popich. Popich with a spin, kicks it out for Young. Young to Lenane. Three is good. Nice three-pointer by Lenane. He's just money. That one was blocked on the inbound, but pulled down by DJ Isles. And here come the Quakers. Young. Whistle. And a timeout.
Timeout on the floor taken by John Carroll.
Timeout taken by John Carroll.
We knew that.
With the basketball, Lenane, jumper over everybody, and he gets fouled.
Foul on number 11, Brandon Smith. Second personal foul. Number 15, David Lenane, free throws.
First one is up and good for Lenane. Second shot is up and out. No good, but a whistle. An inadvertent whistle.
I didn't blow it.
So because of the inadvertent whistle, I think they counted the basket. No, they didn't count the basket, but they're going to give it back to John Carroll for some reason. So John Carroll has possession of the basketball. Driving is Verriger. Gives it out to Popich, who drives one-handed.
Oh, that was nice.
He was like floating in the air like an angel for a second.
Impossible to stop something like that.
Russell with the ball. Gives it to Jones. Jones to Smith. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound. It's going to be a foul, and it's number 44, Hennessy.
Foul card number 44, Dan Hennessy.
This is a 1-and-1 for McCorkle. First foul against Hennessy all game. The 9th team foul for John Carroll. 5:26 to go here in the game. First shot for McCorkle is good.
One more throw.
Second shot is good as well for McCorkle. 10-point deficit, 74-64. John Carroll in the lead. Lenane, nice pass to Cirillo. Gets it knocked away and stolen away by Wilmington. Here comes DJ Isles down the floor. Isles to Jones for three. Got it! Three-pointer, Christian Jones.
Wilmington is not going away.
A 67-74 lead for John Carroll. 5:09 left to go. Here comes Lenane bringing the ball up the floor. Drives, no good, but the tip, the finish by Cirillo is good.
Wilmington has got to box out. They can't let them make those easy putbacks.
DJ Isles with the basketball, just throws that one away, trying to fit it into McCorkle. And coming into the ball game back in for Wilmington is number 24, Jordan Hecker. Ball goes back to the Blue Streaks of John Carroll, 76-67, 9-point lead for the number 11 team in the country.
And we want to remind you, following this game, later this evening at 6:45, we'll be back on the air for Lady Cane basketball.
My goodness! Three-pointer with Hecker in his face is good for Lenane. 12-point game. McCorkle drives. Gets it blocked. And now John Carroll can pull away and end it here. Wallach to Lenane. Lenane gives it off to Cirillo. Back to Lenane. 15 on the shot clock. Wow. Oh, man, that was a three-pointer attempted from the arena on the other side of the floor on the court from about 45 feet away.
Timeout on the floor, taken by Wilmington.
Wilmington will take a timeout. That's a timeout, full timeout with 3:59 left to go in the second half. 79-67. John Carroll in the lead.
Of course, that was because Henry kept slipping in the trash can. You're a little man, you'll emulate your man.
Wilmington, after the timeout, has possession of the basketball here. Down by 12. Jones gives it to Hecker for three. That one's no good. Rebound pulled down by Caputo. I think John Carroll's just intent to kind of run some clock off here.
Well, Wilmington can still get back in this game.
Wallach to Farragut. They need some stops and some buckets quick.
Right.
I mean, even though there's 3:20 left, they'll have plenty of time. Wallach for three. That one's no good. Rebound, though, by Caputo. They got to get rebounds like that.
Got to box out better.
And Caputo going up strong, way too strong for Wilmington's McCorkle for two to stretch the lead back to 14.
But this is what good teams do down the stretch.
Christian Jones gives it off to Smith, back to Jones. Jones on the drive, gets fouled hard. He's still going to go to the line and shoot two, as that is the 10th personal foul for John Carroll, sending Wilmington into the double bonus.
And remember, Wilmington is a young team.
Second personal, team's 10th.
We'll talk about that, too, after the game's over, too, about the Wilmington being a young basketball team. What the future holds for them is their future here, Wilmington, with these young players. I mean, yes, there's a lot of freshmen and sophomores, but guess what? In the next couple of years, they're going to be a threat not only in the OAC, but in the NCAA tournament.
I would say, I mean, they're very impressive even against this number 11 John Carroll team. So
they were impressive against Marietta, too, last Saturday.
Yeah, they're not getting blown out by any stretch of the imagination there.
First shot by Jones was up and good. The second shot is up and good. Nope, in and out. And the rebound is pulled down by Popich. Gave it off to Lenane. And Lenane takes it across half court. Nice pass. Wallach was wide open for just a split second. Gives it off to Popich. And that's going to be a kick. 81-68. John Carroll in the lead. Don't forget, we'll be on the air at 7:15.
6:45.
6:45. It's a 7 o'clock.
It's a 7 o'clock game for girls.
Lenane with the basketball. Drives, kicks it outside to Starks. Starks gets it intercepted by Jones. Jones to Lewis. Lewis back to Jones. Jones up and foul. Foul by Popich hard, and Jones will be shooting two.
Foul number 33, Brian Papich.
That's his third personal. Looks like DJ Isles is over there stretching out his calf muscle. First shot by Jones is up and good. Second shot is no good. Rebound is pulled down by Caputo. Making Lewis look awfully stupid, but good defense as the ball goes out of bounds and it's going to stay with Wilmington. Or go back to Wilmington, I should say. 81-69, just 12 points separating these two schools. And Wilmington to pull off a major upset here needs some big plays quick. McCorkle gets the inbound, gives it back to Lewis. Lewis to Patrick. Patrick to Gleason for three. No good. Rebounded by Caputo again. Lenane with the basketball, brings it up under 2 minutes to play. Kicks it outside to Papich. And Gleason with good defense. All alone. No good. Rebounded by Patrick. Patrick goes up strong. No good. Rebounded by Papich. They were just a little too fast, and now a full court pass for Caputo is up and foul. Believe that one's going to be against Travis Gleason. You know what's funny, when you look at Gleason, who's 5'7", stand right next to Doug Caputo, who was literally a whole foot taller than he is at 6'8".
Maybe he was standing on his foot. Ha ha ha. That would have made him even.
The puns, man, they're killing me. 2 shots for Doug Caputo. The first shot is up and good. This game's still not over by any stretch with 1:27 left, but it's looking like the fat lady's starting to warm up here for John Carroll. Second shot is no good. Rebounded by McCorkle. Gives it off to DJ Isles, who's back on the floor. Isles gives it off to Jones. Long three. No good. No, man, that one almost went in. Rebounded by Wallach and the Blue Streaks. Now Lenane takes it up the floor. Nearly lost it. Gives it back to Wallach, who gave it off to Cirillo. Under a minute to play here. Cirillo calls a timeout. 55.7 seconds to go in our game, 82-69. The lowest point total John Carroll has scored all season long is 82, which they're at today. And it's going to be a full timeout taken by John Carroll, which is amazing to see because that means this Wilmington team,
this young
Wilmington team is playing a John Carroll team who is very experienced, who averages 97 points a game. Wilmington has held them to their lowest point total so far this season, so far at 82. What does that say? That's a win in itself here this afternoon.
Well, I think it is, because obviously Wilmington is showing that they are developing as far as their defense. Of course, I don't know what the average total, did we say it was 80 that teams scored against John Carroll? Was that their average?
70.7 or 79.7.
Well, okay, so Wilmington has been held to below 10 points under that. So Wilmington obviously, in both departments, their offense and their defense. Defense has been really good. Their offense has been a little lacking.
Their defense has been great here in the second half, which has led to their offense being a little better.
Yeah, they did step up. There's no question. In the second half, they played a much better game.
All right, 55.7 seconds on the game clock, 10 seconds on the shot clock for John Carroll. The inbound goes into Lenane. 7 on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. Lenane drives, puts it up, no good. Ball's loose on the floor, and that is going to be our first jump ball of the afternoon with 44 seconds to go.
Save the best for last, right, AJ?
And the possession arrow goes to Wilmington.
So what are they doing? They're trying to...
A timeout. An official timeout, it looks like, so the coaches can kind of calm down the players a little bit because tempers were flaring down there during that scuffle for the basketball.
I think considering this John Carroll Blue Streaks team, Wilmington has played a very good basketball game, really on both sides, offense and defense. They've stepped up where they had to. They obviously knew they had an uphill battle against an undefeated team ranked 11th in the country, but they've held their own, and it bodes well for future, games that we're going to be bringing to you here on Campus Nation.
Substitution is number 44, Dan Hennessy.
Hennessy coming back into the ball game for John Carroll here.
Will they have to take it and make copies of it?
DJ Isles, step back, long three is no good.
Wilmington?
Last touch by Hecker. It's going to go back to John Carroll with 31.9 seconds to go. A 2-second difference from game clock to shot clock, so the shot clock is still going to run. Oh, and that down the field pass for Lenane off the glass, good for 2. 84-69. Gives it off. Hecker for 3. No good. Rebound pulled down by Smith, who's going to shoot a long 3. That one's no good. Rebounded by Starks. 15 seconds to go. And Starks is going to dribble this one out. And John Carroll survives. I'm going to say survives because this Wilmington team really hung with them today. And John Carroll is going to win this one 84-69 to improve to 8-0 on the year and 3-0 in the OAC. Wilmington will fall to 1-6 and 0-3 in the OAC.
On behalf of Wilmington College, we thank you for attending today's game.
We'll have our final stats and analysis here coming up shortly. I'll go down and get the stats and throw away some of our trash real quick too, Rick.
I'm trying to save energy. I'll get the trash, you get the stats.
All right.
Yeah, you're losing tickets. Sorry. Okay. Well, AJ is going down to get the stats. Let me update you on some of the games that we're going to be having, including obviously the game that will follow this game tonight. We will be at the middle school gym at Wilmington High School for the Clinton Massey Lady Cane basketball game. That game, our pregame gets underway at 6:45 with the game start at 7. And then coming up Monday, Clinton Massey will be into the middle school gym, the boys. That game will start at 7:15 with the game to get underway at 7:30, boys high school basketball. Then we're back here to Wilmington College on this Wednesday, December the 16th. The Heidelberg Student Princes will come in, and they face the Lady Quakers for a game that will get underway once again at 7:15 with our pregame and 7:30 with the game. We then have girls high school basketball. The Chillicothe Cavaliers, they actually were tied with McLean last year for the SCOL championship, and they'll be in to face the Wilmington Hurricane on December the 19th. A big game coming up for the Wilmington boys. The only team to defeat them in regular season play, the Covington Colonels. They came in last year and beat Wilmington on their home court. They were the defending Kentucky state champions at that time. They beat Wilmington by 5 points. That was, as I said, the only loss in regulation season as far as the Hurricane last year. We are going to be going to Covcath on December the 22nd. That's a Tuesday for boys high school basketball. That will be a very interesting game, to say the least. And then Wilmington comes back home to host the Lakota East Thunderhawks to finish out December on the 30th. That game, once again, will start at 7:15 with the game to follow at 7:30. We have our pregame before the game. So we have an exciting lineup for the month of December, and we want you all to make sure you stay tuned to the campusnation.com website for all the information, all the action. We would invite you after today's game, in between the two games, you might want to catch a little bit of last night's game where the Wilmington boys beat the East Clinton boys 66-31 to go 5-0, and they are 4-0 in the SCOL, 5-0 in the regular season, with the game that we covered right here at Wilmington College to begin the year when they played Cleveland Heights and won that game. So a lot of exciting sports. We're going to be getting in some wrestling. We're going to try to do a little bit of swimming. We want to do some at least some cameos as far as some of the other winter sports, much like maybe doing some interviews, things like that. And in the new year, we're talking with Marty Bogart about doing maybe some type of a sports show Saturday morning, something like that, live from Bogart's Southern Barbecue's location right there on South Street. So keep abreast of everything that's happening with campusnation.com on our website. AJ should be up here momentarily with the stats, and at that time he'll go over them, and we'll conclude this broadcast just as soon as our stats are given and head over to Wilmington High School. All right, ladies and gentlemen, final stats time here from Frederick Arena at Herman Court as John Carroll improving to 8-0 on the season, 3-0 in the OAC. 5 players for John Carroll had double digits in points tonight with 11 points, 10 boards. Doug Caputo, that's a double-double for him. With 15 points, 5 boards, number 15, David Lenane. With 11 points, we had Preston Williams. With 12 points, 4 boards, we had Ryan Farragher. And with 10 points, 4 boards, we had John Cirillo. John Carroll shot impressively, 30 of 61 from the field, 49.2%. From three-point land, 7 of 21, 33.3%. And they were only 17 of 26 from the line, which is not very good, 65%. From the free throw line, which almost matches their season total. For Wilmington, 2 players ended up with double-digit points this afternoon. The Andrew Russell had 12 points, 3 boards, was 4 of 6 from three-point land with 15 points. Christian Jones, 2 players ended up with 7 points. That's Brandon Smith and DJ Isles, and Zach McCorkle was just held to 6 points but had 10 boards on the afternoon. Jordan Hecker also had 9 boards to go with his 2 points. Wilmington shot 32.8% from the field. They took 37 three-pointers, Rick, only making 12 of those, 32.4%, and they were 63.2% from the line. Points off turnovers was a huge stat, as well as points in the paint, as John Carroll scored 40 points to Wilmington's 20 in the paint. But Wilmington scored 31 points off of turnovers to John Carroll's 19. And Wilmington also had 24 bench points, but John Carroll doubled up on him there to have 44 bench points in the game. John Carroll turned the ball over 20 times to Wilmington's 18. And Wilmington loses their 4th straight ball game to fall to 1-6 and 0-3 in the OAC this season. They're a very young team. And, they only have a couple players with playing experience, so Wilmington will be looking to rebuild as the year goes on. If they get some more bigs next season, be on the lookout for Wilmington to be a contender not only in the OAC but also in the NCAA as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go off the air here from Frederick Arena at Herman Court, and we'll be back on the air over at Fred Summers Court, the middle school gym, for Wilmington High School girls basketball. Here live on CampusNation.com, Rick Phillips and myself will have the call there again. For Rick Phillips, I'm A.J. Ganger saying thank you for joining us for this afternoon's college basketball game. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.